Hey, this is Bugsy, and this is Mr. D, also known as Zachary. I would no. You're on my channel, so I'm gonna call you Carnivore Banger sometimes. Bugsy, just because I'm in love with my carnivore, you really have to just say that every time? Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, after we were done with our little Pokemon love video, I had to freaking. I sat. Dude, I sat at my computer just like thinking of jokes to use the next time we do a video together. And I gotta say, I came up with a lot. But then again, the grass type, so I'm thinking, so most of my jokes have to do with photosynthesis and a whole bunch of plant stuff. It, I just, it was just too funny. Okay. Now, now, but not talking about your, and dude. I know Pokemon understand you. That's easy. That's easy to get. But, you, I mean, what would your kids look like and would do Pokemon and Saint Lords we're human esque and it makes sense. But how would would you guys even have kids? Like, what would you guys look at to adopt some Pokemon? Adopt the Pokemon, but then like you'd have to go catch it or adopt it or something. And, I'm sorry. I'm just a little bit confused by it. You don't have to be Bugsy. What? I'm sorry. It weirds me out a little bit. Uh, but anyways, I need you. I need you. Yes, you. To actually look at something for me, dude. So, all right. So, dude, you got two tabs of porn over here. What? What? Leave out look at pictures of my carnivore and be like, yeah. Bugsy, I don't have to look. I can just see. You know what I'm talking about? I don't have to look. I can just ask, you know. Yeah, that's weird. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. To me, it creeps me out a little bit. Why? Bugsy, carnivores not really that. I mean, I guess, yeah. You haven't seen me in a while, like, yeah, that kind of does come as a shock, and I did drop it on you. Yeah, you see how I feel. It's not like I'm like suffering immensely from it, but it's still kind of freaking weird. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to it all. But I was so I'm just gonna call you Zach. I know we'd call each other Mr. D and stuff when we were like doing like reviews and whatnot or other things of that nature. But so I was sitting. Oh, excuse me. So, anyways, I was sitting and I was what? And I was like, I was sitting and watching Comic Book Man. And God, I love Comic Book Man because I do enjoy comic books, and I did have a lot of trade comic books of Spider-Man stories before One More Day because I never really I still do have some of the trades, um, but most of them were like other stories of other Spider-Man stuff. I'm thinking of getting that one trade of the Worlds Collide comic book because I got one that's kind of messed up. I got one little issue of it that's messed up. I hear they have a compilation book for Genesis and whatnot. But my point is, so in like one of the episodes, Stan Lee comes to Jay and Silent Bob's comic book stash, which made me think. Like, I mean, I would ask. I mean, everybody asks him the usual questions like, who would win a fight? Like, who would win in a fight? Freaking Stan. I mean, freaking Thor, Spider Man, blah blah blah. I would seriously ask him like, Mr. Stan Lee, have you seen? Have you seen? I mean, I know you probably don't look at every single comic book that has anything to do with your character. I bet you see a little bit of it, but have you? I'd have been like, have you seen One More Day? I want to know. I want to know because I'd ask him. Like, I mean, I know you have no control of what went down in that story at all, but what did you think about it? I mean, freaking Spider Man sells his soul sells his marriage to the devil, and I would ask him, how's he, I mean, really, does that kind of put, what do you think? Do you think that is that what's, messed up Spider-Man, or what? That's what I'd ask him. Bugsy, I mean, I know you well. I know you better than you know yourself, and trust me, you would. I mean, yeah, you'd answer that question, but at first you'd be fanboying out so hard it wouldn't even be funny. You'd be like, oh god, Stanley. That's you foaming at the mouth, by the way. You suck. What? That's you. That's totally you. You no, dude. That's you suck, dude. Okay, okay. I know how you think. It would be okay. It's Stan Lee, Shigeru Miyamoto, and I guess Walt Disney. If you still like, well, I do like Disney, but I like the old stuff of Disney. You know what I mean? I like the old stuff. I mean, the new stuff. I mean, I got a freaking Darkwing Duck box set, and I like when Disney cared about cartoons whether they did their freaking live action. I mean, they're kind of going back to a balance where it's like live action stuff with cartoons, but they're, like I've said in previous videos, their freaking schedule like repeats, and they show the same episodes that you've seen the day after, the day before, and it keeps going. But I feel like if they put Darkwing Duck on like some of the little blanks in their schedule where they keep on showing reruns, I think that'd be good. Because it would bring back some of the old fans that still care about some of these characters. But who doesn't care about the Daring Duck of Mystery? Because I do. I do. I know you do. But, what would be really cool? If they brought back Bonkers. No, I mean, like, yeah, they can bring back the episodes, but I want them to bring back old Bonkers. Yeah, Bonkers. Yeah, totally nuts. You know what sucks about that, though? I was thinking to do it in a Disney week on a Saturday afternoon. Oh, by the way, folks, I'm doing, let's just say, I'm doing a New Year's Day afternoon. And people, I wanted to do a Disney thing. With Bonkers, Tailspin, freaking Bonkers, Tailspin, and freaking, DuckTales. And maybe do a live stream talking about DuckTales. Because, you can broadcast on YouTube and just be like, I can share the screen like I would with my cam studio. I think that would work a lot better than me just editing the crap out of the videos and trying to put them together. Bugsy, but have you heard about Space Dandy? Oh yeah, I heard about Space Dandy. Toonami's getting it first. No one else, not even Japan's gonna see this thing air, but Toonami. Toonami's first. And the one thing, the thing I really hate about some of the some of the fans are like, this is not what we wanted about Toonami, and I don't care. I don't care if I'm beating a dead horse. I'm saying it again. You guys, for some of you, and I don't care. You guys can say I'm beating a dead horse. I don't give a crap because seriously, I don't care I don't care what some of you think really. When it comes to like you Toonami fans, my fans, I actually do listen to. But you Toonami fans that just say, "Oh, Toonami sucks now," yeah, seriously, you guys suck. Anyways, how about you tell them a little something? Oh yeah. Guys, remember Toonami's old schedule, like when it first started out, and then it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger as they got the licensing rights to more shows and more stuff. I mean, you guys actually you guys, it's like some of you don't even remember that. Because when Toonami started out, it wasn't much. It wasn't much. It wasn't what it was. It wasn't what it was before. And I can say, I can freaking blast all the freaking Toonami fans that had been saying a whole bunch of stuff about it. But really, you guys that don't want to watch it, I don't really give a crap anymore. You guys, if you hate it, fine. You're missing out on you're actually missing out on when Toonami actually coming back. They're bringing anime shows that are not even out yet, and you're like, oh, Toonami still sucks. And all I gotta say to you, all I gotta do really is just, all I got, I don't even have to say anything. I'm just rolling my eyes at you folks. Fine. If you guys don't want to sit on a Saturday. I'm not talking about some of you that don't have to get up for anything. And you're like me, you don't have to get up the next day. You don't have to get up the next day or anything. And you guys are like, oh my god, Toonami. It sucks. But, to me, Space Dandy is the first of many things that are probably going to come on Toonami. And then I just really, all I gotta say is da. And yeah, it does sound a little immature, but god dang, you people, when Toonami was first starting out, people were freaking flipping out. Not in a good way. Some of us were flipping out in good ways. Freaking me and Ansakamaru, we danced in the street, people. We danced in the street for like 3 hours. It was actually a thing. Everybody sold tickets. It was weird. But not the point or the problem. All I gotta say is, Toonami's doing way better than it ever is. Doing a little bit better than it has. Doing way better than you guys give it credit for. And I'm not trying to get you I'm not trying to get you old Toonami fans that think Toonami sucks now back on, but I want you guys to know what you're freaking missing out on. But hey, Zach, you mind rolling a clip? Don't. I got it, bro. I got it. It's Tool. Give me a minute, Bugsy. It's been a while. Just give me a minute. Alright. And, when I see, like, people doing video vlogs about it, I'm like, yes. Okay? Just freaking yes. This is what I want to see. Okay, but I'm about to pull out a trailer for it. Well, not a trailer, a promo.
That's a grade A butt you've got there.
Space Dandy actually looks pretty good, Bugsy. Yeah, I know. It's the same guys that made Full Metal Alchemist and Cowboy Bebop. And a few other stuff. And a few other stuff. I think they say it in the I think they say it in the trailer. Oh. See, it says it. See, that's just for those of you that haven't been really watching Toonami. That yes, they do. They are caring. They are not just freaking. They are not just freaking Adult Swim. They are not just freaking Adult Swim with a Toonami skit on it. They do, and I mean do, care. That's all I gotta say. Bugsy, really? I don't care. Seriously, they. Yeah, dude. I understand, but you know you're trying to make them all like go. Oh my god, I've been missing out. You know, if they don't want to see it, you know, cool. More for us. I know, but still, I get kind of. I'm still a little angry about that. Space Dandy ain't coming. Is. Let me look at the date. Let me look at that again. Does it go next Saturday? Yeah, let me look. Yeah, it's going this Saturday. Sweet. I don't care, you know. And I'm gonna be like, yeah! But, you know, that's all I gotta really say about freaking. That's all I really have to say about Toonami. Maybe I might do some Toonami vlogs, you know? That might be fun. So, what do you think? Oh, what do I think? Sonic the Hedgehog versus Super Mario World? Wow. I'm sort of torn. When you think about it, I'm kind of torn on it because I do like Super Mario World. That was my most played freaking Super Nintendo game. I mean, seriously, I still have it in my. I still have it in one of my drawers, like all my freaking Super Nintendo games. They're all pretty special to me, and people said to me like, Bugsy, those games are so old that you could sell them and they would probably fetch a good price if they're still in good condition. And I'm like, I I know I don't play them anymore, but god dang, people, I can't sell my freaking Super Nintendo stuff. It has sentimental value to me. But I did lose my Sega Genesis in a garage sale. But I didn't know about it though. I like found out like later, like a few days later that it was that it was gone. It was horrible because I spent many a weekend beating Sonic 2. It was just, oh man. And then especially when you have Sega Channel, I got to play Sonic. I got to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I got to play the whole freaking gigantic, massive game that it was. And oh, sorry guys, sorry, I'm blowing my nose here. Okay, let me just talk to you guys for a minute. See, this freaking Sonic 3 and Knuckles was so just an awesome game because because I had Sonic and Knuckles. I had the physical copy of Sonic and Knuckles. I didn't have Sonic 3. But Sega Channel was freaking awesome to have to have the whole game together. You know, it was really really cool. And it had lock on technology, and I'm not talking about freaking Sonic 4 Episode 1 and Sonic 4 Episode 2. No, it had lock on technology. Which means you stuck Sonic and Knuckles at the bottom. You put in Sonic 3 at the top. And even if for like an added bonus, you could stick Sonic 2 in there. You'd have Knuckles in the Sonic 2 levels. And if you were really, 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 and I mean really, just really know your stuff, you would, if you put in Sonic 2, if you put in Sonic 1 with Sonic and Knuckles, you would freaking have, you'd be able to play the freaking spear game. And only that. So, like, if you wanted to hold your skills a little bit, you could do that. I wasn't so lucky and I never found that out.
You can be toast, and I'll be randomness.
But you being called randomness makes you sound like the fun one. And me being called toast makes me sound like...
The breakfast.
Yeah. The breakfast. Their beloved mascot, Mario. Yahoo!
Right, so...
Super Mario Channel, stop it! Woohoo!
Didn't have the chance,
Really?
so they came up
Why?
with their
Bugsy, it's been a while since I've done that. Can I have that?
Sonic's sole purpose in existing was just to rival Mario, and sure enough, Sega's strategy worked. Sonic brought Sega games into hundreds of thousands of homes all across the world, and thus the
Well, I would technically
wars had begun.
For everyone who doesn't know, the
personally, I'd.
between 1991 to 2001, in which Sega.
But when you think about it, Sonic had more of a backstory than Mario ever did. I mean, seriously, folks. I mean, if they really did make an actual movie of freaking Sonic, they're so, because I like the fan film as much as the next guy, and I can, to me the flaws ain't that bad. People are like, oh my god, Sonic looks like roadkill. Guys, you have to understand it was made by a team of people. Not up to those Sega standards, and I really do think Sonic can work in a live action setting. It's just, it's just how it is. I feel like the quills could have been toned down, just a touch. But, that's just me. So, anyways, back to the point. Sorry, people were checking on people, so they opened my door. Anyways, what do you gotta say? Okay. But Bugsy is right. There is more of a story with Sonic than Mario, because Mario's like, you gotta go save Princess Peach from Bowser and a whole bunch of stuff. There's no really character development with Sonic. Even the game, even the first three games had a little bit of character development. Just a touch. Not a lot, but just a touch, and you knew it was there. And that's just pretty much what it was. But if they actually did an actual movie to Sonic, there's so much they can work with. I mean, there's these guys that are making this freaking another Sonic fan film. It's called Sonic Prologue, and it has they got the story from Sonic 2 from the game manual. Oh, now I need the mementos. Hold on, folks. Yeah. The thing, where I'm gonna call them, but the nose stuffing up is kind of my thing. They just grab this box of tissue so we can clear out our nose when we're talking to these guys. Clear out our noses. Okay. And all you get with Mario, really, is you wonder how Bowser got those freaking kids, you know? Oh, sorry guys. Some people believe that Bowser had a wife named Claudia Koopa. And seriously, Bowser's story with with his probably not even in canon wife actually makes more sense. Well, actually has more pull on the story than Mario does Sing the Princess. You know? And you know what's funny? Jew Wario, you know, also known as Justin Carmichael. I'm saying his name right. It's Bugsy. You still suck with names? Well, dude. Yeah, you know that. The professor does. If you know me, the professor does screw around with the pronunciation of people's names, and you know this. Okay, you know this. True. But but we're not here to talk about whose story is best or. But do Wario, he like freaking. But let finish before we get on to this. Get on with this. Drew Wario, you know, like I said, you know his name. You know his actual name. He freaking he. If you watch the Mario monologues and see how he pieces mostly every Mario game together, and it actually has a story. It actually pieces them all together in an actual story, and I like that. Even he does like this Mario Brooklyn voice instead of Mario's stereotypical Italian voice with the "Let's go" and all that stuff. And I kind of like Mario's Brooklyn voice. I wish they'd use that than Mario's regular voice, but I guess it's just what people remember.
Nintendo were constantly battling to be the superior video game company.
But the real battles of the console wars took place on the playgrounds of every first world elementary school. The children were the soldiers. You see, kids who owned a Super Nintendo debated that their console was superior, while kids who owned the Genesis fought for their side as well.
But
Super
if you
Nintendo has Turtles of Time.
but if you had both, you really didn't care either way because you got the best of both worlds. I got the best of both worlds, really. I had the best of both worlds.
We have Ninja Turtles Hyper Stone Heist.
Yeah, well, Hyperstone Heist has Rocksteady, but no Bebop.
Well, on Sega Genesis, Mortal Kombat has blood. And in Jurassic Park, you can be a raptor.
Well, in Super Nintendo's Jungle Book, you could ride Baloo. And in Aladdin, Abu followed Aladdin everywhere.
Well, on Genesis, you can play as Abu in the bonus levels, and Abu has a sword, and Aladdin has a sword, but he doesn't even need his sword because he can kill you with just an apple.
Yeah, well, in Super Nintendo's Aladdin, you jumped on the enemies and killed them just like Mario. Not by throwing apples at them like
Zach, don't you remember the console war? Yeah.
Well, Sega Game Gear has color.
I remember.
Game Boy doesn't.
Yeah, I do remember when we were in school. Kids would always go. When we were kids, people would run. Other kids would run up to us and be like, "Which was better? Which is better, the Sega Genesis or the Super Nintendo?" And we'd just look and say, "We had both. We had both." But not like in a kind of like a, where we're taunting you, nah, we got both. But in a, we got both, so we don't really care what you guys think because they're both good consoles on their own merits. And when we say stuff like that, when we said that they're both good consoles, they'd just be like, "Oh." Like there was nothing you could say because we had both. Yeah, and I swear nothing shuts the console. Nothing shut up the console war more than a person that had both systems. Because we'd sit there and be like, you know what? We'd sit there.
Black and greener colors.
but then for people, but then when we had,
Hey kids,
oh sorry, but then when we had
I'm
freaking,
Sonic Toast. I'm Sonic X.
but then when we had but then when they got to the handhelds, I had back then I had a Sega Genesis and I had a Game Boy. I had the one with the I had the one with the memorable games. I had the one that sucked battery life like it was a freaking vampire. But I did get the Sega Nomad and that sucked. So there's nothing really to tell about that.
Right, so Nintendo led the field of video games, and Sega didn't have a chance. So they came up with their mascot to counteract Mario's. Sega designed Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic's sole purpose.
Look, you could ride Baloo, and in
Yeah, that felt so much more meaningful 20 years ago. And as you know, the console wars are now over. Nintendo won. And Sega has become one of their closest allies against bigger, more powerful enemies. So in this series, we're gonna
Well,
be
take yeah, I'm kind of yeah. We could both say yeah. I wouldn't say Nintendo won necessarily. It's just like they just, Sega was like, you know what, we're just gonna be publishers now. I mean, yeah, we'll still make our games, but we don't have a console anymore, so we're just gonna just make games for other consoles, how about we just bury the hatchet with Nintendo and have freaking Sonic and in a freaking Mario game, not as a freaking DLC where you're in Yoshi's story, which also that is pretty cool because at least Sonic's in one of Mario's established worlds and he's there, just which is happy because you get all the Yoshis and they do a little dance at the end of it, but still. Dude, you need to calm down. No, I'll never calm down, Zack. I'll never calm down about it. Jesus. It's because every time I think about it, every time, it just makes me think about freaking how Sega and Nintendo haven't thought of the idea of putting Sonic and Mario in a freaking adventure platforming game. I mean, they're both platformers and they don't try. It's really annoying.
That are very similar, and just see how well Sonic did back in the day. And how well he's still doing today, as he and Mario both have more of a friendly rivalry going on. In each episode, we'll be pitting a Mario game and a Sonic game against each other, and we'll be telling you who we think should win. But the real winner is chosen by you, our viewing audience. Click in the description box for the sound effects. Now, being a huge fan of the NES Mario games, I felt like the sound effects in clicky at times, and it just seemed mostly there's one thing that Sonic has that Mario was majorly lacking in 1991. Mario is a little bit lifeless. Sonic's got so much character. He opens his mouth when he gets hit. When he's on the edge, he gets scared. When he's waiting too long, he gets impatient. I can't think of any other video game character in 1991 who had that much attitude. Throw in the gorgeous environments, solid platforming,
What was that?
touch of Sonic speed, and you
Dude,
have
dude, I hate when you do that. You say something to me, you're like, what was that?
When it comes to my vote, it's kind of a 50-50 issue here, and I'll tell you why. I grew up as a kid with a Super Nintendo, and my other friends had a Sega, so there were similar arguments between us as there were in this video between me and Sonic Toast. When it comes to Super Nintendo, I really like Super Mario's different types of suits that he had in the game. I also like how Yoshi was able to eat different types of enemies that he had.
I hate when they call him Super Mario because it's just Mario, okay, people? They only call him Super Mario because of the Super Nintendo.
The only thing that I really didn't like was the
that's
fact
what they
that
did
every
back
Mario
then,
game
but now
seems to
they
have a countdown timer.
put Super
And
Mario
when the
in
timer
mostly
ran out,
everything.
Mario died. The opposite you found in Sonic.
Yeah, he had different types of enemies, and yeah, I mean, Sonic didn't have a super suit that he could wear. But the thing that I enjoyed most about it was the racing loop-de-loops and the excellent environments, and the fact that that darn clock actually counted in the opposite direction and actually timed you on how quick you could get through the levels. So for me, Sonic the Hedgehog for Sega Genesis has my vote too.
Personally, we had
Okay, so that's
both.
it for this
So,
episode.
people,
What do you
we
think?
love them both. And when you think about it, both of them had memorable soundtracks. I mean, we can play. I mean, we can play like any of those tracks from any Mario or Sonic game, and you guys would be like, "Oh, I know what that is." You know, and we'd be like, "Yeah, we know you know what it is." Bugsy, you know, you really haven't changed at all. What? What makes you think I would have? I don't know. Let's look at this episode of Ponage. Ah, dude. Sword Art Online Season 2. Oh, you watch Sword Art Online? Yeah, I watch Sword Art Online. Dude. I know. It's freaking about time, man. I mean, they haven't finished it on Toonami, but you know, you watch it on Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu. Oh, let's look at my pal Double Four Anime and see what he's got to say on
Just
this.
when I thought we were done with this year, it was over with. No more. Yet another series gets confirmed for next year, and that's Sword Art Online Season 2. That's going to be adapting Gun Gale Online, which is one of the light novels. Let's say we don't have Attack on Titan. It gets filled in by Sword Art Online Season 2 now. Now, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this story. I really loved Episode 1. I've never seen this story before. I've never read the light novels. I watched Episode 1, and I thought this was going to be fucking insane, crazy, out of this world. But then after watching a couple other episodes, I was like, you know what, this is not exactly what it set out to be. But it was still enjoyable. I still really liked a lot of...
You know what? I enjoyed Sword Art Online. Me too. I mean, Sword Art Online was pretty good. I mean, the pacing was a little bit all over the place because you know it was like, oh, we gotta. Well, the pacing was all over the place, but I felt like most of the episodes before the climax and everything else was kind of set everything. Kind of set all the characters up, like how the characters are, and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. I have not seen the rest of Sword Art Online, so Zach, please don't do that thing that you do. Oh, you mean the thing that you do? I don't ruin things. I don't try to ruin other things for people. No, man. If you wanna know, you want me to tell you? No. I want it to be a surprise. Dude. If you want to know, I'll tell you. No, I want it to be a surprise.
The episodes in the first season. I liked a lot of the mini arcs, a lot of the craziness, a lot of the darkness that was going on. I really liked Kirito. But then when the second season came out, I'm like, no, that's it. I'm gonna put this one down. And I heard that it was pretty good, but I just lost interest in it overall, and I put it down. But I do plan on getting back into it. And now that we have a new season here, this is the perfect time. Now, if you guys don't know, Sword Art Online was one of the biggest anime of 2012 last year. It was huge. There was a lot of criticisms. A lot of people did not like the pacing. It was too quickly paced. They just went through a lot of shit they didn't really cover correctly, and they kind of skipped parts. They should give us an entire season 2, one arc, so that we can actually enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed, not skipping around parts, moving up random levels when we didn't even witness them moving up those levels. So I definitely think that if they do pace this correctly, it has a lot of potential. This is a great anime, but there is big flaws with it, and really, that's
I did know,
pacing.
but
Everything else is
can we talk about the villain for a minute? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, did it bug you too? Where he just said like, I don't know why. I don't know, because Kirito's like, why did you do this? Why did you why did you imprison us all this long in this game? He's like, I don't know why I did it. Yeah, I'm with you, Bugsy. That is a BS answer. Because obviously you either had a god complex or you felt the world was corrupt, which is kind of a god complex when you really think about it. Which, you probably have some sort of messiah complex or something. You thought, your game was the only way to save people. But I don't get. Probably you just wanted people to die in the actual game so it simulate real life. Still, though, it's kind of stupid. And still, though, it's kind of stupid because you should have had a reason. You should have been like, oh, you douchebag, or oh, okay. Either sympathize him or hate him, but you can't just say, oh, I don't know why I did that. Like I don't know why. He just doesn't give you like a real prominent explanation of why he did the things that he did in Sword Art Online. Why did he trap them all there? You just kind of assume he had some sort of a god complex and a kind of flair for the theatrical crap, because he was kind of like, at the end of it though, he was kind of like me when, talking about cliches and whatnot. You know how I am about that, so kind of like, it was kind of like me towards the end. I mean, not where he said, I don't know why I did that, because if I did something like that, I would give you, and if you beat me, I'd freaking give you a good explanation of why he did the things I did. I'm just saying. But, the second act was pretty cool from what you saw of it, right? Yeah, I guess so. But why did Kirito's cousin freaking understand that is Kirito? That is your cousin. That is him. He looks like him. Why don't you think that it is him? It's really disturbing, and it's also disturbing that she wants to really get with her cousin. That's disturbing also. I mean, I don't know how it goes in Japan, but dude. I mean, I don't know how it goes in Japan, and I'm not gonna say like I know, but dude, that's weird.
Pretty fucking good. The animation, the characters, the story. I don't know how this year's gonna suck. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way, because I'm not a very optimistic person. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. But I don't know how this is gonna suck, especially for anime and manga fans. There's so much coming out next year. I mean, what a great way of hyping more people up for next year, getting more people into anime, and this could potentially be on Toonami when it ends. I mean, a lot of people got into Sword Art Online on Toonami. Why not throw this on there when it's over and get more people into anime? Now,
Yeah.
this is a clean-cut story. There's different characters. It's all different, but it's going to be set pretty much in the same kind of atmosphere. But regardless, let's get into that Sword Art Online Season 2.
He's a pretty funny dude. Seriously, he is. I'll take your word for it. So, got anything else? Nothing really. Nothing else. But, I don't know, she was like, what's her freaking, what's Kirito's cousin's name? I mean, I'm gonna call him Kirito. I can't say his actual full name because I'll butcher that too. I'm just saying, Kirito's like, he's like, Kirito's cousin, what's her name? Kyoko? I think that's her name. Yeah. She's like, alright. She's like, she freaking logs out and goes, Kirito, that person. Oh wow. I'm like, yeah, you have a thing for me. You have a thing for your cousin. You're freaking disgusting. Not disgusting, but you're weird. Well, I'm gonna get. Well, see you guys later. There are dogs barking in the background, but before this video gets even more convoluted, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, folks, and I'll see you. I'll see you later, and stay tuned for New Year's Day for what I have planned for then. For then, that will be the this will be it'll be the best New Year's Day you ever see, because old Bugsy is pulling out all the stops. Yes, I am. Really, Bugsy? Really? Shut up! Shut up, Zack. Whatever. Just saying, it's kind of stupid what you just said there. Oh, you think you do better than me? Then put the freaking pants on and put your pants on and tell the people what they're gonna see. People, you are going to see something awesome, something stupendous, something spectacular that even though Bugsy doesn't know what it fully is yet. See you guys soon. See, that's how I do it. Oh, well, whatever. Oh, Bugsy did it. Oh, don't get all that. Don't get all that on me, Princey boy. Do you really have to call me that? Granted, how old we both are now, dude. I'm still gonna call you that. Like, you're still gonna call me by my nickname. So, you know, stuff. See you guys later. Bye.